Hello, everybody, and welcome to Stairware's Galactic Battlegrounds Clunks. This is Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds Clone Campaigns, which is a fancy way of saying this is the gold edition of Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds. For those of you who don't know what this game is, this game was essentially a clone of Age of Empires 2, painted over with Star Wars stuff. And it's really wonderful. It's an oft-neglected RTS from the turn of the millennium. Because, as you can tell from the fact that it's how clone campaigns, the expansion was actually like basically a giant advertisement for Episode 2. Which, we all wish that Episode 2 was actually like half the stuff that happened in here. So, we've had to turn music off because we don't want George Lucas and or the House of Mouse up our asses. I am joined here today again by the ever wonderful Alexander Garidelli.
Hi.
That's showing some enthusiasm, Alex.
I'm real high energy today.
Oh, okay. Alex, you know what I just realized?
Huh.
I didn't start a timer.
I got you.
Oh, you good?
Uh-huh.
Okay, alright. So you're going to have to warn me because basically this is how we're going to be doing this, audience. It's an RTS. Clearly. I just said that. So,
That's
we're on to a great start, right?
Only reason it's clear is because you said it.
Well, you know, what other reason do you have to believe that it is an RTS?
I don't.
Via the screen. There's no reason to think that. Anyway, so one of us is going to be playing. You know, who's going to be sitting there talking. So I'm going to be playing this. Alex is essentially going to have to guide me because I'm probably going to lose myself in the game. Are you ready for the greatest?
0112TK.
The greatest
Location,
Liam Neeson
Alaris
impression ever.
Prime. Encoded to Jedi Council. Qui-Gon Jinn transmitting.
It's pretty
It's
spot
not
on.
bad.
It's
That's not bad.
Lord World is a hostile world. I must help the Wookiee leader Atichituk to learn the lay of the land.
Try saying that.
Only
name.
then
Yeah,
can
that's
we
pretty
find
nice.
an appropriate place to settle.
This wood looks nice.
End transmission.
It's a good place to settle.
Are you glad that cutscene was made in Microsoft PowerPoint? Okay, so this is basically the
Before we
tutorial
unload
campaign.
workers and equipment, Chewbacca and his friend Shorin need to scout the
Look at him.
area.
He's giant.
Shorin has
He sure
moved on
is.
ahead, but
Well, I
don't
mean, that's the
worry.
thing with RTS
He
is
left
that
markers
usually
so we
we
could find him in this wilderness.
usually there's this weird like
Now move ahead
disproportionate
to the
thing
first
between
one.
He's
like,
as big as buildings.
people and buildings. Yeah, it happens the same in StarCraft, and then realistically speaking,
Good.
you can't
I
fit
see
more than like
another
2
marker.
Marines in a
Let's
building.
go there. Click on Chewbacca, then
Click
right
on
click near the next marker.
That's what I say to my wife at night. I just say, click on it.
You see it? There's the next marker. In order to get to it, we have to travel through the black area.
I can't do Wookiees. I wish I could do it. I can't do it. I can't do the
The
Chewie
black
sound.
area represents territory you haven't seen.
We gotta move
Clears
through the
up
black
as
area.
Chewbacca moves
Let's
towards
not.
it.
It's too soon,
I
Joe.
suspect Shorin is nearby.
Listen, we just
Move
come off
towards
of
the
Commander
next
Keen,
marker.
which warned us about the black part of Maze City.
That's
And
right.
now we're moving straight into Qui-Gon Jinn, warning us about the black part of this area.
Shorin says he
Racist
has found an
games.
obstruction.
I don't know why it's lagging so badly whenever I get a new objective, audience. I'm sorry if that's showing
To
up on the
explore as a
capture.
group,
That's kind of weird. It's
click
never
near the
happened before.
units and drag around them.
You know what it might be?
What's that?
Garg Hell is coming
Good.
to get us.
Now
Oh.
click near the marker to the
That was
north.
bad.
Oh,
I finally
that is-
showed Alex.
That's gonna haunt my dreams. That is.
Scroll
Oh my
north by moving
god.
your
I
mouse
finally
to
went
the
back and
top.
showed Alex Garg Hell.
Frightening.
Click on that
If the
tall
people over
structure
there
selected.
knew that they were doing that, if that was intentional, I hate them. I
Well,
hate
see-
them all.
Okay, here's the weird thing about it,
This
is
world
that
is supposed to be uncolonized.
it looked like
If someone
a
else
bunch
was
of like
here,
art
what drove them?
of
No matter. It's a hazard.
Like,
It's all like the rejected guards.
no, it's all of the like the stuff that they actually
Moving your mouse
used.
to the bottom of
Yeah,
the
I mean it
screen.
does look like
It's all the art. Like it looked like it was every single.
Yeah, like they just had like a
frame of
panel
art.
that they were using to
And for
like
some reason that bled through.
somehow they accidentally
Yeah.
captured it, and yeah.
Also, I love that we are not talking about Star Wars at all.
Yeah.
Chewbacca's father, Atichituk,
Eh?
awaits us to the north.
Chewbacca's trying to find his dad. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Let us continue.
There's actually not a lot going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know?
This
much
reminds
about
me of the old like Baldur's Gate game where you had to like keep walking forward.
Oh, I love
I
those.
love those
They
games.
actually re-released those pretty recently.
You could do an episode of that one. I love those games.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would do that.
I did not know this.
Oh,
well,
yeah, that was. I spent way too much time in my childhood playing.
actually,
that game.
buy those on Steam recently.
Mm-hmm.
So saith the wise Alondo.
You know what I
So
mean?
saith the wise Alondo.
This is gonna make no sense to anyone but you. So this is really good stuff for the channel. But you know what I've been saying a lot recently? My cat, who I'm sure will come up in a video at some point, will come up to me and like lay down and want me to pet her, and I will pet her, and then I will say, "Here is that which will give language to a cat."
Defeat them before they can tear down the
It's
town.
my favorite thing, and it's just a really weird, obscure.
Oh,
Oh shit!
we put on a production of these are Gundarks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like that they have they do their own like chalk outlines as they die.
Fighting, my friend.
Well, it's just so you can see.
You were gonna
behind
start
the building.
explaining for the people.
Driven off its owners.
What I was going to explain was, Gundarks. Do you know much about the expanded universe of Star Wars?
A little bit.
So do you know about Chewbacca's dad here?
Yes, I mean yes. This is the first visual representation I've ever seen of him.
Find
But yeah.
them, skin them, and bring the pelts to our
Quality
Tricoshan
new
friends.
gun impression.
Yes, sir.
I love they got this really professional.
So
We
you
already
still
did the first
haven't-
level.
You still haven't told them what that joke was from.
Oh, from Tempest. We put on a production of Tempest
By William
recently.
Shakespeare.
Begun the journey
Yeah,
of
by Bill
discovery
Shakespeare.
will
Billy Bill.
ultimately
Good old Bill.
transform him into a great
Who only wrote 34 plays.
I've always said if there's a modern day Shakespeare, Joel Sasso, they're the same. He is our modern day Shakespeare.
I don't think we need your sass, so...
Oh!
Let me put a lasso
Don't do it.
around your sasso.
It's fine.
So what I realized that I need to do, audience, is I'm going to have a lot of bleed through on this episode. We're getting into technical stuff. I'm breaking the fourth wall. Okay.
Whoa.
I'm going to go back in the main menu. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to options. I'm going to turn down the volume a little bit.
Why? Just
Because
you're worried
it's going to bleed through on the mic.
I gotcha. Oh yeah, it is gonna bleed through the mic.
Yeah, real bad. Okay, so let's proceed with the next level.
Give a Wookiee bantha meat. and
Well, we
he'll
talked
eat
about
for a
that
day.
level a lot. What?
Teach a Wookiee to hunt bantha and he'll eat for a lifetime. Gathering resources, including metal, food,
Oh, that's the
nova
greatest.
crystals, and carbon. is
And with the
critical to this
Liam
colony's
Neeson
survival.
impression, oh, it's just
I will endeavor to help
teach him to
Attitude
hunt
push
bantha.
some of your
Perhaps we should all just start speaking in that staccato of Liam Neeson, because apparently that's the only way he speaks according to this impersonator.
Liam Neeson can only speak in 3 words at a time.
The key to colonization is self-sufficiency.
That's right.
We'll begin gathering resources right away.
Sauces.
We will need to gather
You know,
200
vaguely
food,
English
100
accent.
carbon,
Even though he's
50
Irish.
Even though he's
nova
not- yeah,
crystals,
English at
and
all.
50 ore.
Guess
To
I'm
begin,
gonna say these guys.
click one worker.
I love how I've done this
Begin
enough
gathering
to where
food from
I'm
Muja
like
fruit
jumping
bush.
ahead to
Right-click
millions of
on it.
objectives.
Yeah.
Now look at the
That's
status area at the bottom of the screen. If you have a
Status?
worker selected, you can see how much food
So
the
what do I
worker
do with
is
my
holding.
objective?
The
Okay.
worker will keep picking Muja fruit until he is carrying
So yeah, what are
10
you,
food.
explain it to me since I'm not with you.
Okay,
I get the
so-
general idea, but what is your objective at the moment?
Right now I'm just gathering resources.
Uh-huh.
I've got these guys gathering food, which I need to make people.
Food? You mean those flowers?
They're
You
berries.
can also see
Ah,
a
makes
miniature
sense.
map of your surrounding area. To gather food faster, select all your workers and send them to work
Sure.
by right-clicking on food.
Yeah, you know,
Naturally.
the basic RTS elements. I mean,
To remind yourself what your
I'm sure
objectives
everybody
are,
at home is gonna be like,
click
"Why
the
didn't you
objectives
skip the
button
tutorial
on the far right
campaign?"
side of your screen.
Because it's important to
When your
know that
objectives
if you
change,
give
this
a
button will
Wookiee a
flash to let
bantha,
you know.
he'll eat for a day.
But if you teach him to hunt
We monitor
Leave for a
your
lifetime.
current stockpiles of food.
Just a good
Off
life
the
lesson,
minimap.
guys.
It is
Lower right
actually,
corner of
because
the
you know
screen.
I deal with Wookiees on a pretty
Also
regular
monitor
basis.
your carbon,
Oh my god.
nova crystal, and ore
You realize
stockpiles.
in the original saying that that's sort of parodied of, instead of bantha, do you know what that's in reference to, Josh?
Jesus, fish. Both, I guess. You know, Jesus fish.
You've gathered 50 food, which is enough to create
Fish.
another worker.
Okay, so
See
now
that
I'm going
large
to spawn a
building?
Wookiee out
That's
of
your
this
command
building.
center.
Where
Click
do
on your
Wookiees
command
come from?
Well,
You spawned them?
when you get 50 pounds of raw meat and slap it into a building.
Which, by the way,
Status
is exactly what I do after my
That's
wife
actually-
says, click that Wookiee.
Your new worker will appear next to your
We all know
command
that Chewbacca's packing
Another
50
way.
pounds of raw meat.
center. Take your new worker and Move him towards the
So wish I could do a Chewbacca sound right now.
Well, why don't you keep
It's
it
too
going?
early in the morning.
Let it
No,
come.
I can't.
Come on, just
See those
One go.
jumping fish? Select your worker.
It can't be
As
As
worse
bad
than
as your
my
T-Rex?
Worker will start fishing.
No.
Food stockpile.
I used to be able to do it when I was like a teenager. But I can't. I gotta make like. I can't do it. That's as good for. There you go. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
This is all
Mine
right.
just sounds like a car engine dying.
Which I have a lot of experience with.
Yeah,
as of
no
lately.
kidding.
I had some more trouble over the last couple days when Harris and I were trying to film the sketch for this very series.
Do they know who Harrison is? Well, I guess he has been seen.
He's been seen, but I don't think he's been mentioned. Any of you wondering, Harrison is. Oh,
Till then,
hold
keep
on.
your
We
workers
Liam needs to try
gathering
to tell me.
resources.
Look at those fish!
By now,
Oh, good.
You should have enough food to create
The fish
another
almost came up
worker at
for
your
you. The
command
fish is
center.
attacking you.
That's all right. I mean, they're just. It's kind of like basically Liam Neeson. This
Wait a minute.
this Wookiee walked over the shore.
Are Wookiees vegetarians?
No.
Why the fuck are they eating berries when there's all these fish just jumping?
Well, that's why I'm getting this other guy's fishing over here.
Oh,
That's,
alright, good.
That's what this sophisticated device on his head is. It's clearly. I mean, look. It's obviously.
Is he gonna shoot them?
Idle
Oh shit.
worker button will flash below the minimap. Click on the
I
button.
know about idle
Any
workers.
workers who aren't pulling their weight.
Okay, let's have him pull his weight over here. We'll join him fishing, and then I should probably get another guy going. Oh wait, I can't.
Oh, by the way, you know what? I had an idea today.
Okay, go on. I love that we've already had like 3 conversation threads.
We're
that
never
we
going to talk about this game.
dropped. Okay, Harrison. I should at least finish
Oh,
that.
yeah, give the
Harrison,
people-
this is our cameraman.
more
I'm
than that.
sorry, we're so ADD right now, audience.
It's a good day.
It's the first episode of the day, so we're a bit scatterbrained. We're not in focus mode
It's
yet.
going to be fun. It's fine.
Also, the wind is blowing from how boring this game is. I'm sorry that there's no music, but we can't. There's no original
Did
music.
they hear
for this
the
game.
Darth Vader breathing in the beginning on the opening title screen? Because that's very funny.
I mean, I could include that.
We'll get back to it. Yeah, so Harrison is a good friend and is going to be sort of one of our like camera guys and like sort of cinematographer amongst other things. He might come into play in other ways, but
He might, yeah.
he's a good dude. He's
He might
good
come
on
into
the team.
play
Don't
because
I
it's video games.
I wasn't trying to make any hints.
Also, because he might be an actor in some of our sketches.
He's a very good actor. Yeah. So here's my idea. Let me give you the impetus for the idea first. So
when workers
have
are
you
in trouble,
heard
they can
about
run
the
to
bird?
command center for shelter.
I mean, everybody's heard the bird's the word.
Yeah, so no, Kanye West and Rihanna had that new song, right?
Click on the
Oh,
command
it's
center.
5 seconds from wine. Whatever that song. And Paul McCartney's on it, right?
Now click
The
on
Paul
I-
McCartney's. Have you not heard the song? Okay.
I haven't heard it,
You're
but I
not-
know about it. Yeah.
Okay, so Kanye and Rihanna made a new song. It's pretty big. It's on the radio and whatever. And Paul McCartney's technically on the song. Like he's in the music video. I think he plays the guitar part. He
Oh,
might
is that
do some of the
deal with
background
the whole, like,
vocals.
Twitter thing
Where
about
people, all the
Who's Paul
Kanye
McCartney?
fans didn't know Paul McCartney was really stupid. Yeah, anyway. So that happened, and I was sort of like, when I saw that, I was like, wow, Paul McCartney's like, cool, good for him. Like, that's outside of his box, but that's cool. And then, today, I'm scrolling through the interwebs, and I see a thing pop up. Jamie Oliver, you know Jamie Oliver, the like chef. And
Why can't food be healthy?
That's exactly right. So he's doing a thing called
You know,
Food Revolution Day. Why can't food be healthy?
You know, the polar opposite of Gordon Ramsay.
Right, exactly.
It's rotten! I've eaten this!
And
That's a spot on Gordon Ramsay, by the
so
way.
anyway, apparently he had like Ed Sheeran on to like promote something, and Ed Sheeran wrote a video, and they made like a big song, and Paul McCartney fucking pops up in that music video as well. And so I've realized that Paul McCartney now is at a point in his life where I think he's just saying yes. Like, I think if you can get a proposal across Paul McCartney's desk, he will in fact do it. Like, I don't think that he's just saying yes. Anywhere you want him to be, he will be there. So I've decided that we should put out a formal invitation to Paul McCartney to write the theme song, to be a guest, or to write the theme song for our show. I think we need to find a way to get in contact. I think right now is the time to get in contact with Paul McCartney, because I think I would love nothing more than to be able to do a duet with Paul McCartney. Like, if we can make that happen, my life will be complete. And apparently, I think it could happen. So people on the internet, make it happen. Make Paul McCartney be on this show.
Well, you know,
We'll fly to England gladly. We could do like an England abroad episode. It would be so much fun. Just get us to Paul McCartney, people.
But that would make me
You should send
Don't do it.
Chewbacca.
an idiot
I
abroad.
hate you. That's such a good
It's always a
show.
good
I
idea.
love that show.
It is a good show. So you're telling me that Paul McCartney has become the Christopher Walken of music?
I think he just says, yeah, why not, man? Let's have some fun. He's cool. He'll just do it. He doesn't care. Yeah, Christopher Walken.
Can I build a house? Am I allowed? No, I'm not allowed to build a house. Okay, so I'm gonna have to use one of these guys. That
Do you
was
remember when
fishing.
Christopher Walken was in the fucking live Peter Pan thing? Did we talk about this yet? I feel like we did.
No.
Did you see that?
I mean,
on
I've
TV?
seen about it. I think we've talked about it, but I don't think we've talked about it on the show. So,
Okay, so
please
That-
elaborate for the audience.
It
somehow.
was fun, right? It was sort of boring. It was a train wreck. But the best part, and I feel like people probably won't even remember this, is that I think 2 times, which is disappointing because they should have done it 3 times to complete the comedy trifecta.
Mm-hmm.
But 2 times when they would go to commercial. Well, the first time there was a scene where like all of the pirates and Hook are on like a little rowboat and they're going somewhere, and literally like it ends with Captain Christopher Walken is like standing almost like Napoleon with his sword pointing in the air, and they got clearly someone else to dub over his voice, and so it's like some opera singer going, "Ha!" and it's him pretending to do that, but it's clearly not his voice. Right? And it's like 8 seconds. It's just like, "Ha!" and it's like just the rowboat slowly going off the screen as he's singing. Right? So the first time they do it, it's freaking hilarious, and you're like, "What the hell was that?" But then, so they come back from commercial, they do a bunch of stuff, and then, the next time before they go to commercial, they just cut to that same clip, apropos of nothing. It's just him coming from the other direction, going, "Ah!" like out of nowhere, and I remember thinking to myself, like, what the? And I was like, I was waiting for them to do it the 3rd time, because you have to do it the 3rd, and they never did. But I think that when we, in the same way that, like, when Batman would do, like, transitions, and they would, the whole thing, they would do the, I think we should use that clip of Christopher Walken on the boat to transition. So, ready? Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna transition to a totally new topic, and in between, you can do that.
Okay, thanks.
Let's let these crickets go. That's perfect.
I don't think they're gonna do it again.
So, what do you think about gay marriage coming up? It's happening. I don't know why that would be a transition. By the way, we're at time. This is a solid first episode.
Your face is a solid first
Hey.
episode.
Hey.
So what I'm gonna do? You hear that, Bantha? You hear how angry you're making it? So what I'm gonna do is
What have we accomplished so far?
we've accomplished.
Look at that tree.
Look at how bored Chewbacca is.
He's like, God damn it.
Okay, so I was gonna ratchet up the game speed, but unfortunately it won't let me in mid-level for some reason. So I'm gonna have to do that afterward, and I'll do that in between episodes since
Exciting.
Alex is once
What a
again
cliffhanger.
broken the
Come
third
back
wall.
next time for heightened game speed.
Well, it'll allow us to accomplish more quickly, so we can.
Speaking of accomplishing more quickly, when I shove my 50 pounds of Chewbacca in me.
Hey,
Hey,
don't. He's right here.
I'm sorry.
He's right there.
He's not just a big slap, he's a man.
Look at him walking around in a circle.
Here is that which will give language to you, cat.
Christopher Walken.
Like what you see? Well, why not throw out a like? Want to see more? Click that subscribe button to stay up to date. Got something to say? Well, there's a place for that too. Hate everything about us? Of course you do! It's the internet!